there's still snow on the ground around some parts of the country, but summer blockbuster season has arrived with Captain Marvel's stunning $455 million opening. But which upcoming movies are worthy of your hard-earned money? We got you covered in our 6th list.
Okay, number 6 on our list is the Fast and Furious spin-off Hobbs and Shaw. The Rock and Jason Statham are reprising their roles from the iconic franchise with Idris Elba playing the villain. But the breakout star might just be Dwayne Johnson's French bulldog named Hobbs, who makes his big screen debut in the movie, which DJ said is, quote, easily the most challenging film I've ever produced and starred in. It hits theaters on August 2nd and will almost certainly be a hit, considering that the previous films in the franchise have grossed more than $5 billion worldwide.
All right, now, coming in at number 5 is the highly anticipated Elton John biopic, Rocket Man. Kingsman actor Taron Egerton transformed himself into the legendary singer for a role that's already sparking award show buzz. Now, fans got a sneak peek at Elton John's Oscar party last month when he and Taron dazzled guests with a moving rendition of Tiny Dancer. Now, audiences can tiny dance their way into theaters starting May 24th. Hold me closer.
All right, number 4 on our list of top summer blockbusters, Men in Black International. The 4th installment of the alien-busting franchise sees Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson taking over where Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith left off. Liam Neeson also stars in the action flick, which opens on June 14th, but there's been an online push to have the actor digitally removed after he made racist comments last month. Yeah. All right, moving on to number 3 on our list, Toy Story 4. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are taking us to infinity and beyond for the first time in nearly a decade. Tim hinted the latest movie could be a tearjerker, considering he and Tom barely made it through the last scene. They were so moved. Tom posted this photo, writing, quote, final line, final session as Woody of Toy Story 4. We rode like the wind to infinity and beyond. Hits theaters on June 21st.
Number 2 on our list, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's the first time that Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio will be together on the big screen. Leo plays a struggling actor and Brad plays his stunt double at the time that Hollywood is terrorized by the Manson murders in the late 60s. Margot Robbie stars as Sharon Tate, in the movie, which opens on July 26th, will be Luke Perry's final role following his unexpected death this month.
All right, well, finally, number 1 on our list of summer blockbusters, Hakuna Matata, The Lion King. Now, this movie is stacked with A-list voices like Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, and Beyoncé, who reportedly teamed up with Elton John on a new song. Give them the Oscar now! Now, Lion King roars into theaters on July 19th, which marks the 25th anniversary of the release of the original, y'all. That's gonna be a big deal. Now, you know, I learned how to say Hakuna Matata because when I went to Zanzibar, they actually say that there. Go figure.
Now, you know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Luke Perry, it'll be his final role, but Burt Reynolds, the late Burt Reynolds, was originally cast, and they had to recast him with Bruce Dern after his death. Yeah. I know, but I'm very excited for that movie. We have got to talk about Mission Impossible. Okay, so there's new fallout from the nationwide college bribery scandal that's led to the arrest of Hollywood actresses Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. Lori was released from custody yesterday after putting up the deed to her house to cover a $1 million bond. Now, Lori and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, who, by the way, he was also released after forking over $1 million bond. They are facing up to 5 years in jail for mail fraud charges. Now, a courtroom sketch showed Lori Loughlin facing the judge in court, and if you look at this, you can see her arms are crossed. She does not look happy.
She has a fierce blush, though,
She does, but she does not look happy, even with the fierce blush. But now, if you remember, this is all happening because Lori Loughlin and her husband, they allegedly paid $500,000 in a bribe to scam their daughter's way into USC. And the craziest part, you remember, this was as a bogus crew member on the crew team, and the whole catch was they've never rowed in their life. Okay, so it was a complete scam. But speaking of boats and the crew team, their daughter Olivia Jade, she knows a thing or two about boats, but not for crew. She knows about yachts. Okay, let me tell you what this is all about. So Olivia Jade was spotted celebrating spring break on a yacht with her friends the day that her mom was indicted. Okay, you cannot make this up, but as if this story cannot get any better, just wait, it can. Okay, who owned the yacht? the chairman of the USC Board of Trustees, okay?
God.
So Olivia...
On the tangled web, we weave.
It really, yes, Bevy. So Olivia is friends with the daughter of the chairman, who's a billionaire, by the way, but she did cut her vacation short to return home, and the chairman has spoken out against this whole scandal and said they got on the yacht before it all erupted. But anyway, there is fallout. Olivia Jade, she's a big social media star. Well, she's been dropped by HP and by Sephora.
All right, well now
she should not be rewarded for bogus business like that.
Well, we now may know why she didn't get the grades that she needed to get in order to get into USC, because according to her, her mother did not push her hard enough. They actually sat with us at the New York Post on page 6, and this is what they told us in the interview, Lori and her daughter, IsabellaRose. Take a look at this clip.
I never push my kids to, I always say do the best you can.
Yeah.
I was never that kid. My husband too, their dad. We were never like at school, you got to get straight A's. We were never those parents. We were always like, you know what? Give it your all, do the best you can. Because in life, if you give it your all and you do the best you can, that's it. That's all you can do. And that's enough.
Right.
So if you do give it your all and you do the best you can, and then your parents pay $500,000 when you get into college, it's all going to work out fine.
Well, I mean, apparently that all wasn't enough because they allegedly needed to pay $500,000. But you know, again, she's facing fallout from this because they may be booted from USC. Here's the latest with them. The university said they're reviewing all cases of admitted students that may be connected to the scandal. So both of their daughters may be getting the boot.
Good. Well, Twitter's favorite provocateur, Miss Chrissy Teigen, had to get in on the reindeer games, darling. She took to Twitter to poke fun at this cheating scandal. She took a jab at the parents who actually photoshopped their kids onto athletes to get them into school. And she posted these doctored up pics of her and her hubby, the EGOT, Mr. John Legend, writing, "Does this look real? We are trying to get into Harvard." I love Chrissy.
I love them so much. Last night, Jussie Smollett returned to TV for a new episode of Empire, which was filmed long before his saga came about. But this was his first appearance since his arrest last month. But it was back to reality this afternoon when the actor entered a Chicago courtroom yet again. Carlos, what's the latest with Jussie?
So Jussie, he was in court for an arraignment. He actually pleaded not guilty to the 16 counts that he is facing in court. His lawyer entered the plea on his behalf, and it happened just hours after Judge Stephen Watkins was assigned to the case. And thank you, Fox 32 in Chicago. Those are our friends, our affiliate in Chicago, for sending us this footage. By the way, he returns to court on April 17th.
Now here at Page 6 TV, we are obsessed with bosses, and there's no bigger boss than Diana Ross. The legendary singer had a run-in with a rowdy fan. She was poked on stage during a performance in New York City this week, and Carlos and I were there, and we almost beat the crap out of this guy. Let's talk about it, Los.
First off, I'm just happy that you came downtown.
That's a big deal for Bevy, for Harlem Bevy.
So it was Ian Traeger. It was at the Edition Hotel. It was the Times Square opening. Diana Ross was the surprise performer. Everybody was excited about it. We certainly were. So this rowdy fan brushed through the crowd. He literally pushed people. So when I saw that happening, I knew that there was going to be some trouble. Something was going to happen with this guy. He seemed a bit belligerent and drunk and tipsy. And so during her performance, she was performing upside down. He literally poked her and seemingly tried to push her,
oh my God, look at that video.
Well, Miss Ross, she was not having it. As you can see in the video, she attempted to slap his hand.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, look at her. And then she scolded him with her finger. But that wasn't enough. He also tried to grab her boa on stage. This is how rowdy this guy was. He was drunk and loud. Let's put it that way.
That's crazy.
But yeah, and after that, he started flipping the finger at her. At Diana Ross. He flipped the bird.
Wow.
I mean, even this drunken fool could not rain on the boss's parade, though. And it was a star-studded extravaganza. I saw my friend and boss, Andy Coleman, there, and I said, "Where's Benjamin?" You know, Benjamin is his new baby. And he said, "Well, he's not here." I said, "Well, where is he?" And then he took out his phone and he showed me on the nanny cam, and Benjamin was safe and swallowed up. He was so cute. But then he said he had to leave because he had to go and wake up early in the morning for Benjamin. But later on, the next day I was on his radio show, and he said he was kind of pissed off because he had to leave, and he thought about it when he got home. He's like, "I could still be at that party with Bevy, but instead I'm home."
Fatherhood, right?
That's right. You got to pay the cost to be a daddy.
There you go.
Yeah, but no, it's a star-studded event. There were tons of models who are all there.
Yes, the Kendall Jenner and the Cara Delevingne
and Hailey Bieber. And we're told they got paid a pretty penny to show up. Yes, sources told us that they got paid $250,000 each.
Oh my Lord.
Yes, and another insider told us that some of them got up to $2 million to attend.
Meanwhile, I took an Uber pool down there.
but it was star-studded. But you know what? Ian Schrager, we talked to him about the party after the party, and he told us that Diana Ross showing up, it was a huge event because she actually closed down Studio 54. Ian Schrager, that he started Studio 54. She performed with Steve Rubell, who died in 1989. Yeah. Diana Ross, she performed at the last party at Studio 54 and the first party for Edition in Times Square.
Sounds
so
like
it all
quite
came
a
full
night.
circle.
And meanwhile, while you guys were there, I was on my couch watching The Bachelor.
But as you can see too, though, the show went on after that rowdy fan. Miss Ross, she kept performing.
Of course,
like 4 or 5 songs.
Diana Ross.
Yes.
It's Diana Ross.
And I drank lots of Mum's champagne. Thank you.
She sure did.